Welcome back. In today's video, I would like to show you how to create a new piece of content that would go in your service or your playlist if you don't already have one created. Actually, I am going to get rid of this service since I didn't in the previous one. So you can right click on it, you can delete it. It's probably worth noting too, you can change the name by double clicking on it, but I'm going to delete it. So let's say in the upcoming service, we are doing O Come, Emmanuel. If I already have it, it will show up when I search the library. Sometimes spelling does matter if you misspell something. Depending on how it's set, sometimes I notice that I can type in the first line of text and I realize, the title was misspelled. So if you try to type something in and you don't get any hits on what it is you're looking for. I see there's a bilingual one here. If I remove the comma, nothing. I could say, okay, maybe I'm going to try to copy and paste, a part of the text in there and see if I'll get any hits that way. And this is not the one that I'm looking for. I don't want a bilingual one for this service. I want just a Spanish one. Okay, so I've checked the library. It is not there. You can go up to this new, the green icon with the plus sign, to create a new anything. So I'm going to call this Oven Manuel, and I'm questioning myself on the Spanish spelling, just one M there. I suppose I could copy and paste this part here as well, which will help me to find it in the future, honestly, to make sure that it stays consistent. So I'm gonna paste that there. It does help to pick a category for that. These are the categories we already have preset. If you are just starting, you can click here to create a new category and name it whatever you would like. But I'm going to call this one Canción, Spanish for song. And then I will click new. It will create a new one here for me. So if I need to drag this into a new service, I can do that. For right now, I need to actually make the presentation. Right now it's just a blank screen. So I'm going to go up here to editor in the upper left hand corner, this red icon. And in here I can create a lot of different parts of the service. So I am going to first, now usually what I do is I take a pre-established one and I copy and paste the backgrounds, but let's build from scratch for today. So I am going to paste in that title again. And you see it comes in very small. So I'm going to pick a font that I maybe am a little more comfortable with. For the titles, very often we'll make it a little bit larger. And it's black on black right now. So let me come here. I have a color palette. I can explain how I set that later. Any one of these options, you can go to the crayons and you can pick the color that you want. Any of these will help get you the colors that you're looking for. So now I can actually see this. Maybe I want to center it. You can center it right to left. You can center it top to bottom. You can change bold, whatever you need to do. But let's say I'm pretty comfortable with this right now. You'll notice there are some background lines here. I will show you how to set those in a future video, but essentially what those tell me is that I need to stay within those boundaries based on where our projection screen is going. So in this particular case, the inside line tells us that when a hymn is on the screen during the online service, I need to stay between these two lines. So I have those preset there. But again, like I said, I'll show that in a future service. So I'm going to, create a new slide here and put the text for the first verse in. Now, again, this might be a little bit more than I want to have, but we'll see. So I'm going to paste that information here. See if I can get it all again. I'm just going to pick a font. This one I know I use quite often. Let me center it. Make it a visible color. And then change the font size. What I found is 65 to 70 works a little bit better in our space. So I'm going to make it at least 65. Maybe I will crank that up to 70. I see that it's going a little bit past the lines, so I'm going to try and space this out a little bit. And I look for good breaks as I go throughout. I know enough Spanish that I can kind of tell where the breaks should be. So I look at this and I say, okay, I think this should be passable for this one. You can always move it around. The yellow lines tell you if it's centered, side to side, etc. Once you have your screen set the way you want it to be, what I find is a lot easier is copying this slide and then pasting another one, because now I can just copy and paste verse 2 into the second slide. And all of my presets are already there. But if I want to, like, I don't just want to paste, it would paste exactly the same font as what I just pulled from. If I click paste and match style, it will have the same color, same font, same size. So then you can, again, oops, let's move it. And it will have the same centering, everything too. So you can find a good place to let's split all of those. Okay. You see that one, and it should already be centered based on where it was before. If ever you need to undo anything, you can go up to Edit, Undo, Move. Notice also you can hit Command Z, at least on a Mac. Okay. So then from there, I can copy and paste as many slides as I need to. I could finish the rest of the hymn as I go through. Sometimes at the end of ours, there are copyright credits that get ended up. This one doesn't have any. For our service, I usually just leave a blank slide at the end because it kind of allows time for that musical interlude. Kind of lets the congregation know the hymn is wrapping up here. Sometimes I do put blank slides if there's a bridge in the song. But for this one, let's pretend this is done. However, if I go to the editor and I just click on that, it's pulling the background from the lesson because I didn't set a background for this one. So I need to do that. I need to create a background. I can do it from here. If you go to View, there is a video image bin. You can click on that, or notice you can hit Control V, and it will pop up the image bin. I already have some backgrounds downloaded. I will show how to download new backgrounds in a future video, but let's assume for right now you already have some backgrounds that are in there, and I'm looking for a nice one that would fit this theme. So maybe I want something that looks like this, nice and still. And maybe I would change the color here to something else for more contrast. Or I could have a moving video. This loop here will let it go through so I can see there's 22 more seconds left, and then it will circle back to the beginning. Anything you think looks good and visually appealing, you can put in there. And you should be able to drag it up. You can also do that from the editor menu. But as soon as I have this set on the first slide, notice that the background will stay for all of the subsequent slides. If it's a still video, honestly, you could put the same background in all of them. If it's a moving one, usually I just leave it on the first so that it doesn't automatically restart in awkward places when you advance to the next slide. I think that covers everything. If I were done with this then and it were going into my new service, I would just drag it in here so that after my welcome, I would go straight to this video. So notice that it is now part of the greeter service and I've completed it. It's my new part. Just put it in there. If I go back to this new here, notice that you can pick really anything. I pick presentations very often or scripture readings as well. But songs and prayers and scripture tends to be the ones that I use most often. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you in the next video.